Right, today's calculation with Uncle Kev is going to be running measurements. Running measurements. Why are they important? Well, they're important because we need to know on setting out, we need to know with floor joists or setting out framing, we need to know exactly where members go. And we've got two options. We can either measure them individually, which opens it up to a lot of inaccuracies, or we can do a running measurement where we'll hook our tape over one end and we'll just have those measurements all worked out right from the start. If we look at a floor joist, for example, the manufacturer's instructions recommend that the chipboard sits on top of the floor joist by 20 millimetres. Now we know that's 45 millimetres with dress framing, so we've only got 20 and 20 is 40, we've only got 5 mils, which is only about 1/4 of an inch of inaccuracy, otherwise we're not going to get our set out right. Okay, so if we use that flooring as a good example, sheets of flooring, 3.6 by 1.2. Now they're tongue and groove on the edges, so we don't need to worry about the edges, but on the end set out, it's important that we get the sheets. Now if we come down here with our first sheet, we need to know that that floor joist there is going to be at 3 metres 622 from over that first one to over this one, so that our sheet will sit on halfway. Our second sheet will go from there to there, and that's going to be another 3.6, so that's going to be a running measurement of 7 metres 222 from there to there, and it carries on like that so that we can get that right. Now if we stagger our joins, which is good trade practice, this one here is going to be at 1822. So this side here will mark up here 1822, and then these are the key ones for all the sheet joins, and the next sheet join is going to come there to get our brick pattern. Alright, so that's running measurements, and they're taken from the end of the building to wherever, and if someone can sit down and write all these running measurements out first, then they're going to be able to set out all the floor joists and get them really accurately. And that's the key part to this. Alright. Now the second part of this is if we're setting out a timber frame, and a timber frame for an exterior wall could be something like 6.1 metres long. That's from overall to overall. We have a doorway in here, and then we've got a window in here. So there's our door and there's our window, and we've got 6.1 in total. So if we look up our plan and we get some details of our plan, our first two measurements we're going to need is our door size. We get that not off the plan, we get it off the aluminium supplier. He'll give us a trim size. Trim size, 2 metres and 50 in height, and 950 in width. Alright, and then the window might be window number 1. Window 1 was a height of 920 and a width of 1 metre 580. So that's what we've got of our window manufacturer. Now we have to set it out on our frame. So we take off our plan, we find out that our first bit we come in a metre, 1 metre from there, which is good, and our next critical measurement is this edge of the door. So we'll add our metre to the width of our door, which is 950. So now we're going from here to there, and we've got 1 metre 950. That's good, so that's picked up the door key measurements. Now our next key measurement will be the edge of the window. The edge of the window is going to go from there to there, and that's 2 metres in between there and there. So that's going to be 3.950, and that's going to get us to that point there. And then we know the window width is 1580. So if we check what 1580, 1.580 plus 3.950 equals 530. So now we know from this point, edge of the window here to here, we're now 5 metres 530. So if we took that off our original 6.1, we've got 6.1 minus 5.530, which equals 570. Now we know we've got 0.570 of a metre for this last wee bit here, and that would be a good set out for that wall. And if we've taken all the measurements from this one point on the length of that wall, our running measurements, we're going to get them more accurately than if we just try and set them out individually. It just opens up for too much inaccuracies. All right, thank you.